All right, so since today is just me and you, Paulo Ricardo, or Finoto, Colasso, whatever, I call you many different ways. We're gonna have mock 13, which is the first one of the odd numbers of the helicopter mocks. So mock 13, part 1, let's start. I'll ask you some questions. Since this is part 1, you will be just answering these questions. Remember, the main thing is to talk well. The main thing is your level of English is not necessarily the objectivity of your answer. It's more how you answer than what you answer, okay?
Okay.
All right, my friend, so let's start. Question 1. Why do pilots need to take medical exams?
I think we need to be sure and to be, as a safety procedure. We need to be sure that we are fit to fly. We are in condition to have all the job that we need to do, and to have to be with your eyes okay. You need to be listening well. You need to, your heart should be okay, in order to be fit to fly, to be fit as a professional pilot. That's why I understand that the medical test.
Mm-hmm. That's how I understand the importance of medical exams. Yeah,
Okay.
that's how I see it. Yeah, basically to avoid medical complications in the air, which can lead to a pilot incapacitation. So if you want to use the term pilot incapacitation, it's a nice technical term to throw in the answer. So you could say, well, basically to reduce the chances of having a pilot incapacitation, we have these tests yearly, and the idea is to check the condition of the pilot, the health condition, to minimize the chances of an incapacitation. That's it. All right. And Captain, in your opinion, what will communications between pilots and air traffic controllers be like in 10 years?
10 years. That's interesting and tough question. Although I'm not a expert in communications issues, but I think you can probably have more efficiency and quicker communications, like data link, and maybe systems like we have today for TCAS, traffic collision avoidance systems, but to communicate with towers, with control. But on the other hand, I understand and I believe that communication as we have today, voice communication, will be as important as today, because to report an emergency, for example, all the things that you need to be to have a quicker answer from the control, from the pilot as well. So I think voice communication will still present in all the flights all the time.
All right. So you said that you believe voice communication will still be present. Be present, not will still present, right? Don't neglect
Okay.
the verb to be here. So I believe voice communication will still be present in the cockpit for a long time. Although I think communications might also add and expand the possibilities with text communication. CPDLC can become more widespread because it does benefit some specific precision during the communications. So I think, as you do, I think that voice communication will always remain present because it's better for scenarios in which you have to pay attention to other things. Like if you're going through an emergency, obviously you have to use your hands and your eyes and your attention focusing on flying the aircraft, reading checklists, parameters, looking out for a safe place to land, or looking at the instruments, reading them. So your eyes and your hands are actually busy, and text communications, therefore, are not a very reliable or suitable option for scenarios like this. However, for normal circumstances, they can be much better. They can avoid mistakes for, let's say, receiving a clearance. Yeah. And
Yes.
that's why I think communications will change. But voice and text communication, in my opinion, will always coexist. All right. So I just
Right.
try to say pretty much what you were saying, but trying to put in better words. Now, to put in
Okay.
better words not necessarily means that I am making a better answer than you did in terms of the object of my answer. It's more about how I say things that I think is what compels the examiner to give a better grade. So remember, expressions, they help a lot. If you are in doubt, you say, yeah, I mean, it's probably along these lines, but I'm not sure. If you say that, you can actually convince the examiner of a nice fluency level, even if you are just, rambling about the subject and not really sure about what
Could
to
you,
say.
could you
Yeah.
repeat this expression?
If you say, and things along this line, I said something like that, yeah. So, I think I'm not really sure what may change in the future of pilots and air traffic communication, but probably we will have many different systems, maybe using artificial intelligence, satellite systems, and things along this line, but I'm not really sure what kind of systems precisely. We're going to have different things along this line, so on and so forth. Yeah. I'll send you some expressions in that sense, okay? I have a file that I
Okay.
made with a lot of expressions categorized by what you're trying to convey through the answers. I'll send it to you.
Okay, thank you.
And no worries. Question 3, what advice did your instructor give you before your first check ride?
I try to remember my first check. To fly the aircraft first, always. That's important to be confident in all that stuff I have practiced before during the training time, to be confident that I would do a good job, and try to think in advance of everything's happening, to be a situational awareness at all times.
Not to be a situational awareness, but to
To have
increase or to have situational awareness. Yeah.
okay.
If you want to use to be, you could say to be alert, to be
To be alert.
aware, to be aware of your situation, to be aware of the situation, or to have situational awareness. Yeah. To be fully aware of your situation would be equivalent to saying to have plenty of situational awareness. All right. Good. Well done. Now let's go to part 2. In part 2, you're going to be interacting as if you are the pilot of an AC 123. That's the call sign. And I'll first play an audio for you to test the volume. Tell me if you can hear it well. There it goes.
Santos Dumont English Assessment. This is a sound check. Please confirm to the examiner if the volume is okay and you can hear the recording loud and clear.
Yeah, it's okay for me.
Okay. Now, Captain, imagine you're going to land at Heathrow Airport. Listen to the London control and read back.
ANIC 123, turn left, heading 010 degrees. Descend to flight level 080 and reduce speed to 120 knots.
This is an AC 123. Say again.
ANIC 123, turn left, heading 010 degrees. Descend to flight level 080 and reduce speed to 120 knots.
Okay, I got the descent to flight level 080. I do speed to 120 knots, but I didn't get the first.
All right. So in this case, if you don't get it, don't say it. But in the test, that's
Yes. Yes.
because in the test, that's the best solution. But it was basically, they gave you three pieces of instructions that you should reply here. Left turn, heading 010. Descend
Yeah.
flight level 080, reduce speed 120 knots. If you don't get precisely something, say it imprecisely as if you know what it is. Just like, of course, in real life, you wouldn't do that. But in the test, for instance, if you take a look at your notes and you see turn left, you see left, but you don't have the heading. You say, Roger, turn left, descend flight level 080, just say it left. Now, if you see the numbers, but you don't remember which number was what, then you just say, Roger, 010, 080, speed 120. That's the only thing I remember, the speed. I don't remember which one was a flight level, which one was a heading. So maybe if it's the other way around, just pretend you know what it is. Say, Wilco, 010, then flight level 080 at 120. Yeah, just try to use the numbers when you don't remember. Now, obviously, that's the worst case scenario. If you remember, then you say, Roger, turn left, heading 010, flight level 080, and 120 knots, ANAC 123. Now, I like, for instance, the fact that for flight level, you don't necessarily have to say if you're going to descend or climb, because obviously, if you are flying at a certain altitude and you read back a higher altitude or flight level, you will climb. And if you read back a lower one, you will descend. The speed is the same, because if you read back a slower or a higher speed, you will either increase or slow your speed to reach that. So there's only one direction for you to go to whatever speed or altitude or flight level it is. However, for heading, that becomes more relevant because you can make a left turn towards any heading or a right turn towards any heading. So then for headings, it's important to get if it's left or right turn. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Now imagine you have.
Possible,
go ahead.
Like we do in the military aviation, at least. Can I say again all before flight level 080?
You can, but they will play the complete audio one more time.
Okay.
Yeah. But theoretically, you could. Like, they might consider that, but it's going to be something, let's say, just not really on the script of the test. So holistically speaking, they might regard that, they might consider that a plus later when they are evaluating you. So you could say, Wilco, flight level 080, speed 120 knots. Please confirm the beginning of the message, the heading. If you do that, they will play the whole audio again anyways. However, they might somehow consider that your comprehension was 70% of the audio in this case, or something like that. Yeah? All right. Now imagine that you have been instructed to hold, and you have been in the holding pattern for a while. However, you are now running low on fuel. Call London Control and inform them that you need to land in 15 minutes. Just one thing, if they actually tell you not to do that, then obviously you don't, because then you would be like, the guy is, not complying with our instructions. So if you do that, just say, please say the heading again, but I got flight level 080, Wilco, flight level 080, speed 120 knots, confirm heading. Now, if you do that and they say, yeah, you just have to listen to the whole audio again. If that happens, ask the controller to say everything again. Then obviously you comply with their instructions, because otherwise you would sound like you are not understanding their instructions. So they could lower your comprehension for that reason. Anyways, so you have been instructed to hold. You have been holding for a while on a holding pattern. Now you're running low on fuel. Call London Control. Inform them that you need to land in 15 minutes.
London Control, ANAC 123, reporting low fuel, requesting landing within 15 minutes. ANAC 123.
Now listen to what they reply and read back.
ANAC 123, exit hold now, heading 135. Expect vectors to intercept ILS 27 right. Confirm you need to land in 50 minutes.
This is ANAC 123 negative. I need to land in the 15 minutes, 15. Will call leaving hold pattern to course 135 and expecting vectors to ILS 7 Romeo, ANAC 123.
Okay. Captain, what happened here? What did the controller say?
The controller misunderstood my previous information and understood that I asked it to land in 50 minutes, but actually would be I reported previously in 15 minutes, and I received I received instructions to follow to a ILS procedure.
Okay. All right. Good job. Now, yes, in this case, the controller misunderstood the situation. Not the situation, but the detail about the situation. The minutes, yeah? He understood 50 instead of 15. 15 was the time, the remaining fill time. He understood 50. Uma coisa que eu não gosto desse exercício é que ele não deixa claro se você precisa pousar em 15 minutos porque vai entrar em low fill ou porque vai ter uma pane seca, né? Ele fala assim, you must land in 15 minutes. Fica um pouco fica pouco definido essa necessidade, se ela é uma necessidade
Ele nem
emergencial.
reportar o low fuel ou emergency fuel, por exemplo.
Pois é, mas eu acho que assim, a prova nesse sentido, por tudo que ela demonstra em outros exercícios e tal, isso é o tipo de erro ANAC que eles não fizeram prestando atenção de fato no que eles estão propondo de exercício pra gente, tá? Então, nesse caso, só coteja, assim, segue a instrução deles parafraseando, porque senão você vai ter que entrar numa discussão com ele de, peraí, isso aqui eu preciso pousar em 15 minutos, porque eu vou, a partir de 15 minutos, entrar no meu low fuel.
É a lógica, se eu estou no hold pattern, eu vou primeiro declarar o low fuel para depois declarar o emergency fuel, né? Eu já vou ter declarado antes. Primeiro
Exato. Então é difícil, assim, a situação ela fica ambígua, né, com essa instrução que ele dá pra gente, né? Fica um pouco incompleta. Mas considerando toda a prova, não vale a pena entrar nesse meandro aqui, então faz o que você fez, faz a instrução ali, desculpa, faz a comunicação dessa forma, usando o termo que ele usou. Now, situation 2. You're going to land at Manchester Airport. Listen to Manchester Control or Manchester. They sometimes say Manchester, sometimes they say Manchester. And read back.
Anaki 123, Manchester Control, descend to flight level 060, turn right heading 160, expect 10-minute hold at Whiskey Hotel India VOR.
ANAC 123, will call flight level 060, turning right 160, expecting 10 minutes on hold pattern to Whiskey Romeo India VOR, ANAC 123.
Okay. Now, Captain. Yeah, you got it right. Whiskey Hotel India VOR, expect 10 minutes hold. Turn right heading 160, flight level 060. Now you are experiencing an engine high vibration and you need to land as soon as possible. Contact Manchester Control to report the problem and say your intentions.
Manchester Control, ANAC 123, reporting an engine vibration, high vibration, reporting engine high vibration, requesting immediate landing, ANAC 123.
Anaki 123, fly direct to Manchester VOR and expect direct approach to runway 05 left. I understand you lost your left engine, confirm.
This is ANAC 123, negative. I reporting an engine high vibration. The engine is still running. We'll go fly direct to VOR, Manchester VOR, and expecting landing runway 05 left, ANAC 123.
Cuidado com o I. Você usou o I, aí você falou I reporting. Você não falou I am reporting. Aí é um erro de gramática. Se você não falasse o pronome, você poderia falar report, reporting, reports, estaria certo, porque sem pronome está conjugado com o quê? Com um pronome implícito.
Eu nem percebi, ok.
É. Você falou negative, I reporting, você falou I reporting. All right. Now, what happened here, Captain? What did the controller say?
The controller misunderstood my emergency, informing, requesting to confirm that I lost one engine. I corrected him, and after that, he gave me instructions to follow VOR and to a runway 05 left.
Okay. Well done. Good job. Now you are at Victoria Airport. Listen to Victoria Tower. Read back.
ANAC 123, cleared to backtrack. Line up and wait, runway 24. Report ready for takeoff.
This is ANAC 123. Will go clear to backtrack. Line up and wait. Runway 24 and wait to clearance to take off. ANAC 123.
Now, Captain, a flight attendant tells you that an unaccompanied minor has passed out. Call Victoria Tower, explain the situation, and request medical assistance. Esse é bem esquisito para helicóptero, né? Mas eles põem. Porque um flight attendant falar de um unaccompanied minor, que tipo de helicóptero você vai voar com um unaccompanied minor que tem flight attendant?
Sim.
Offshore que não é, né? Que aí teria o flight attendant, mas não teria o unaccompanied minor. All right, so pass a message explaining this and asking for the necessary services.
Victoria Tower, ANAC 123, reporting unaccompanied minor passed out on board, requesting return to the ramp. ANAC and medical assistant, ANAC 123.
ANAC 123, vacate the runway at taxiway Charlie and return to parking spot number 3. Does the minor need assistance?
This is ANAC 123, Wilco returning to spot 3 through taxiway Charlie, and that's affirmative. The minor requests medical assistance, ANAC 123.
All right, what happened here? What did the controller say?
The controller gave me instructions to return to the spot 3 through taxiway Charlie and asked me if the minor needed assistance, and I confirmed all the information.
Okay, very good job. Well done. Now, situation 4, you're going to land at Guararapes Airport. Listen to Recife Tower. Read back.
ANAC 123, continue your approach to runway 18 followed by circling to runway 36. Report downwind leg.
This is ANAC 123. Roger, descend to runway 18, circle to runway 36, and report in downwind leg, ANAC 123.
Now you are cleared to land, but a situation like this one here happens to you. Let me show it with a picture.
Okay.
So you are cleared to land, but a situation like this happens to you. Call Recife Tower to report the situation and say your intentions.
Okay. Recife Tower, ANAC 123, reporting vehicle on the runway. No overshooting. Going around, requesting vectors to request instructions to new approach, ANAC 123.
Now listen to what they reply and read back. Aqui, approach tá como um substantivo, tá? Então, uma correçãozinha pequena. Requesting vectors for a new approach.
For a new
Daria para ser to, mas teria que ser to approach, como verbo. Requesting vectors to approach again.
Tá. Request
Entende a
vectors
diferença gramatical?
requesting vectors
For
for new
a
approach.
new approach. Isso.
Ok.
E se usar o to, aí vai usar approach como verbo. Requesting vectors to approach again. To approach one more time.
Okay.
Yeah?
Can I use
Now listen.
requesting vectors for a new approaching?
Não, for a new approach. Que approach pode ser substantivo. É.
Ok.
Porque aí seria a aproximação como um aproximamento, como a ação. Daria para usar approaching, tá? Tipo, my approaching skills daria para ser como a ação efetuada, aí daria, tá? Se você for se referir ao sua execução de aproximações, aí dá para usar, que nem flying, né? Você pode falar, my flight skills or my flying skills were not so good when I joined Omni because I was without flying for 10 years. Sei lá, yeah? All right. Now, what happened here? What did the controller say?
Not yet.
You didn't play. Sorry, I forgot to play the second audio. My mistake. Yeah. There it goes. Sorry.
ANAC 123. Turn left, report downwind leg, runway 36. Are you going around because of a runway incursion? Confirm.
That's Wilco turning left, runway 36, reporting downwind, runway 36, and that's affirmative. Runway incursion by a car.
Okay.
Yeah, runway incursion by a car?
Yeah, runway incursion by a service vehicle, a car, a truck. Yeah.
Okay.
We'd say affirm, going around due to incursion by a car, left turn, vehicle, report downwind lag, runway 36. Coteja as instruções que fazem sentido. Yeah?
Okay.
Aí eles falam, and what happened here? What did the controller say? Aí você dá aquela explicada geral.
The controller acknowledged my information about the truck on the runway, gave me instructions to turn left, report downwind of runway 36, ANAC 123.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it. Yeah, good job. Controller gave me instructions also to call back again on downwind lag, but he understood the problem. I just confirmed the situation because he understood the runway incursion situation and gave me adequate instructions, to which I replied. Aquelas frasezinhas prontas aqui de controle me deu ou não deu instruções que faziam ou não faziam sentido, as quais eu cotejei ou corrigi. Ele entendeu ou não entendeu, eu esclareci. Essas frases são... Você só vai usar elas aqui, basicamente, para fazer o resumo, né? Para todas. Então, são frases de inglês geral, mas que elas podem estar rebuscadas já por antecedência, porque são previsíveis. Yeah? A gente falou disso na aula passada, eu mandei aquele material especificamente disso lá no nosso grupo. Yeah? All right. Now, situation 5, you are at San Francisco Airport. Listen to San Francisco ground. Read back. Wait a second. O áudio tá faltando nesse. Peraí que eu vou achar. Peraí. Às vezes acontece de eu apertar uma barra de espaço. Isso daqui é uma coisa chata do Evernote, é das únicas, porque o Evernote é muito bom. O que acontece? Às vezes ele me falta um botão para eu travar as notas, sabe? Aí como não tá travada, não tem um lock, aí às vezes o meu mouse, eu tenho muita coisa aberta, tá aqui e eu acho que tá lá, aí eu vou escrever aqui e eu apago uma coisa ali, entendeu? Porque meu mouse está clicado em um lugar. Eu toquei um áudio. No que eu toquei um áudio, ele está selecionado. No que eu acho que eu vou digitar aqui, eu digito em cima de um áudio, eu deleto um áudio. Aí eu tenho que ir lá na pasta, achar o áudio e colocar ali. Pera aí que eu vou pegar. Wait a second. Justamente o que eu queria não está aqui. Wait. All right, I'm trying to find the audio. Just a second, I'll pause the recording. All right, so as I said before, you are at San Francisco Airport. Listen to San Francisco ground and read back.
ANAC 123, approved taxi to the holding point, runway 01 right via taxiways Golf, Bravo, and Alpha. Approaching holding point monitor tower on frequency 118.85. Number 6 for departure.
This is ANAC 123, Wilco clear to holding point, runway 01 right, through taxiways Golf, Bravo, and Alpha. At the holding point, call San Francisco at 118.85, and the number 6 for departure, ANAC 123. Eu não entendi a minha letra.
All right. In this case, basically there's just a couple of things here that it's important for you to read back. Number 6 for departure, the last piece of information. I think that the one you didn't get was this one, right?
I wrote correctly, but I didn't understand my
okay.
right.
Okay, got it. Yeah, that happens sometimes because we're taking notes fast, and yeah, happens to everyone. And yeah, so taxi via Golf, Bravo, Alpha, approaching holding point, monitor tower 118.85, number 6 for departure, approved taxi to holding point, runway 01 right. Now, Captain, during taxi, you see a situation like this. Call San Francisco ground to inform them about the situation.
San Francisco ground, ANAC 123, reporting a drone flying close to the aircraft in the taxiway and holding at this point, requesting instructions, ANAC 123.
Instructions. Aí faz a. Now listen to what they reply, read back. Sempre que tem a tônica, não sempre, tem algumas exceções com certeza, mas a grandíssima maioria das vezes que o U tá com a tônica, ele faz a. Em palavras de uma sílaba, às vezes isso não é verdade, né? Mas costuma ser, por exemplo, bus, tá? Run, fun, né? A maioria das vezes. Palavras de 2 sílabas é quase sempre. Okay? Now listen to what they reply, read back.
ANAC 123, hold position. Please confirm, is there debris near your aircraft?
There is ANAC 123, negative, reporting a drone flying over the aircrafts on the taxiway, holding position ANAC 123.
Now, Captain, what happened here? What did the controller say?
The controller misunderstood my previous information and asked me to confirm if I had debris over my aircraft, and gave instructions to hold position, to which I replied.
All right, well done. Good job, Captain. Now, part 3. In part 3, every audio is played twice. You are no longer the pilot. You just have to explain what happened to me in your own words afterwards and answer a question. After the 3 situations are played twice and you answer the questions, I'll also ask you to make a comparison, so make sure you take notes. Ready to go?
Okay.
All right, situation 1, go.
São Paulo departure, Papa Papa Tango Romeo Sierra. We were struck by lightning. Our left engine has failed. Request return to Guarulhos Airport and priority to land.
Papa Papa Tango Romeo Sierra, Sao Paulo departure. Turn left heading 090. Vectors to intercept final approach, runway 27 left. Maintain 6,000 feet. Altimeter setting 1015.
São Paulo departure, Papa Papa Tango Romeo Sierra. We were struck by lightning. Our left engine has failed. Request return to Guarulhos Airport and priority to land.
Papa Papa Tango Romeo Sierra, Sao Paulo departure. Turn left heading 090. Vectors to intercept final approach, runway 27 left. Maintain 6,000 feet. Altimeter setting 1015.
Okay, in this situation, aircraft reported to be struck by a lightning, reported a fail in its left engine, and requested return to Guarulhos Airport. And the controller acknowledged and gave to the pilot the vectors 090, expecting vectors to final approach of the runway 27 left, and to stay in 6,000 feet and QNH 1015.
Okay. Now, Captain, tell me what else may happen to a helicopter if it suffers a lightning strike?
Depending on the situation, could be severe damage in windscreens or even engines like this aircraft here. Avionics, probably we can experience some fails in communication systems and even navigation systems. That's my understanding of the situation.
Okay. All right. That's my understanding of the situation.
That's my understanding.
All right. Good. Now, Captain, situation 2.
Brasilia Center, Papa Tango Whiskey Sierra Whiskey. We are on heading 350, maintaining 4,000 feet due to GPS failure. Our iPad is also inoperative, unable to inform estimated time over Alpha Tango Fox VOR.
Papa Tango Whiskey Sierra Whiskey Brasilia Center, Roger. Resume conventional navigation. Intercept 355 radio outbound Brasilia VOR for 80 nautical miles, then fly direct to Alpha Tango Fox.
Brasilia Center, Papa Tango Whiskey Sierra Whiskey. We are on heading 350, maintaining 4,000 feet due to GPS failure. Our iPad is also inoperative, unable to inform estimated time over Alpha Tango Fox VOR.
Papa Tango Whiskey Sierra Whiskey Brasilia Center, Roger. Resume conventional navigation. Intercept 355 radio outbound Brasilia VOR for 80 nautical miles, then fly direct to Alpha Tango Fox.
Okay, in this
Okay,
situation,
go ahead.
in this situation, the pilot of Papa Tango Whiskey Sierra Romeo reported that heading 350, 4,000 feet, but experienced a GPS fail and unable to estimated time after ATF Alpha Tango Fox VOR. The pilot received instructions from the controller to resume conventional navigation and fly 355 radio outbound the Brazilian the VOR, and after that flights straight to VOR 80 Alpha Tango Foxtrot.
Okay. And Captain, is GPS completely reliable means of navigation, in your opinion?
No, I think nothing is completely.
Instead of nothing, I think there's no such thing as a completely reliable.
No such thing as a reliable source of navigation. That's why you have more. Normally, nowadays, you have more than one GPS on board, and even the equipment can fail, but the GPS system can fail as well. So is one more system that is reliable, but not 100% sure that will be okay all the time.
Okay. All right. Now situation 3. Good job.
Mayday, 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 Rio Control, Papa Romeo Hotel Mike Bravo. Engine failure, entering auto rotation.
Papa Romeo Hotel Mike Bravo. Rio Control, Roger. Confirm your position.
Over beach line, RB Marika, Hotel Mike Bravo.
Papa Romeo Hotel Mike Bravo. Report on the ground if possible.
Wilco, Hotel Mike Bravo. Mayday, 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 Rio Control, Papa Romeo Hotel Mike Bravo. Engine failure, entering auto rotation.
Papa Romeo Hotel Mike Bravo. Rio Control, Roger. Confirm your position.
Over beach line, RB Marika, Hotel Mike Bravo.
Papa Romeo Hotel Mike Bravo. Report on the ground if possible.
Wilco, Hotel Mike Bravo.
Okay, situation 3. The pilot started with an emergency call. That's a Mayday call, reporting an engine fail and reported entering in auto rotation as well. The pilot, the Rio's control, asked to Wilco the information
To confirm
the information and request the position of the helicopter. And the pilot reported that he was flying over beach line of Marika, and the control asked if the aircraft to report on ground if possible. That it was acknowledged by the pilot.
Okay. And in this case, say the controller, not the controller, as the person who is talking. Yeah. And Captain, now go ahead and compare the 3 situations. You had a total of 3 situations to analyze here, and I would like you to compare them to one another, telling me which one you think is the worst one to deal with as a pilot and why. You may want to make this comparison in terms of severity, possible solutions, or ways of prevention. It's up to you.
Although in the 3 situations, the involved aircraft, they are still flying, in my opinion, the number 3 is the more severe situation, because the pilot reported an emergency call, a Mayday. That is the highest level of an emergency. For a single engine helicopter, as in this case, entering in an auto rotation is normally the most serious situation that a pilot can face in this case.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
All right. Very good. Yeah, I would say that GPS failure inoperative, in my opinion, is the least critical because there are other means of navigation in the airplane, and also they have a controller who can pass vectors and control the aircraft, orienting the aircraft from the ground. So I think is the least critical. As for the other ones, I don't know, it's hard to say, but I think that, the engine failure with a lightning strike and the auto rotation, they are pretty much equivalent. The lightning strike with the engine failure could pose a more severe threat because it's, both of them involves engine failure. So maybe the lightning strike is a little worse, but it's hard to say. I'm not really able to define and to be assertive without more information. But from what I can tell, That's how I see it. Lembra que qualquer discurso aqui de uma incerteza bem articulada, não tenho todos os fatores, it's hard for me to tell, I don't have all the factors to analyze, I'm just judging a book by its cover, I don't really know precisely all the factors, yeah? So I'm guessing here, it seems like this one is worse, but I'm not sure. Você pode fazer isso, né? It's practically equivalent, yeah? If I had to choose one, I would say is this one because of that. Qualquer discurso assim, relativamente ponderado, acaba tendo mais poder de persuasão de uma fala, como é que se diz?
Straight.
De uma fala genuína, né? Algo que você está falando de fato sem ser decorado, sabe? Então, é interessante esse paradoxo, né? Quando você for trabalhar para memorizar, decorar, trabalhar com discursos, que eles sejam aqueles que menos parecem decorados, trabalhados, né? Então, sejam eles sempre nessa linha da insegurança, né? De I'm not so sure, it's hard to say, there are so many factors that could be hidden from me. I don't know everything about the situations, I don't have all the information, but from what I can tell, probably this one is worse, but my opinions are not carved in stone here. I don't have all the necessary information to be certain about it. Boa parte do meu discurso eu me defendendo que eu não tenho muita certeza, entendeu? My opinions are not carved in stone here. Quer dizer, as minhas opiniões não estão... como é que é carved em português? Quando alguém... Esculpidas. Minhas opiniões não estão esculpidas na pedra, nesse caso. All right. Now, part 4. Describe this picture to me. Tell me what you see. Then I'll ask you a few questions about it. They have two pictures of helicopter simulators. This one, usually for pilots in general aviation. This one, usually for pilots in offshore aviation. So go ahead and describe the picture. Tell me what you see, what you think is happening. Although I'm not so sure. I mean, this is, yeah, go ahead. That's the one, yeah. Describe this picture. Tell me what you see happening here.
Okay, as I can see, my opinion is this is a mock-up, a simulator. It's a flight simulator. You can see a man in the right seat. You can see all the cockpit details, all the equipment. But it looks like for me that is a kind of demonstration because of the man is wearing suit. Looks like a commercial guy. And you can see the scenario, like he's in a left turn, the helicopter. Let's see. For me, it's a helicopter simulator. I can't check. I can precisely say which equipment, but that's it for me.
Aí a gente vai para o singular do equipment. Então, which piece of equipment?
Ok.
Se você for discernir em equipamento no singular preciso ou no plural preciso, de many, né? Aí vai usar pieces of equipment or piece of equipment.
But can I say which equipment is it? Porque
I cannot say what equipment is it. Which piece of equipment is it?
Okay. Understood.
All right. What equipment it is, or what kind of equipment it is, para ser genérico, what kind of equipment, aí daria certo. I cannot tell what kind of equipment it is.
What kind of helicopter is this?
Yeah, what kind, what sort of equipment.
Okay.
Você pode usar. All right, and Captain, tell me, what do you think happened before this picture was taken? What was the situation, the scenario, the things they did before this picture was taken?
Before, I think the technicians of the simulator structure, they start up the simulator and check everything. And this guy, if he is really a pilot, maybe he was checking some charts before and had a briefing and with the instructor or everything, or if he is a commercial guy, as I think, I imagine it.
When you say a commercial guy, you mean a professional pilot, yeah?
No, a commercial
commercial, like the guy who sells the aircraft?
That's right.
Okay, got it.
Commercial
salesperson, helicopter salesperson.
A salesperson of the
company.
sales guy of the company. Maybe he was previously he presented all the information about the equipment with all the benefits, all the good points of the equipment, the simulator.
Okay. And what about afterwards? In this case, what do you think was the situation later?
Afterwards, I think probably you have a feedback what happened. If as a pilot, feedback with the instructor, lessons learned, and the mistakes and everything. And if he is a sales guy, probably he will talk with the customers to get information how they feel about the simulator.
Okay. All right. And has an increase in the use of simulator for training pilots made aviation safer, in your opinion?
Absolutely, for sure. I can't tell about aircraft, fixed wing aircraft, because I'm not a fixed wing pilot. But for helicopter, as you asked me, it's unbelievable how you can do things that you would never be possible to do in a real helicopter. So you can check a lot of troubleshootings. You can go through the drills and emergencies and a lot of things that it would be unable to see in a real helicopter. Like I can give you some examples, like the loss of a tail rotor, or the hydraulic systems, all of them, and electric system, all the catastrophic fail of the electrical system, and things like that. So yes, for sure, is at least the simulator simulator prepares pilots to professionally
to react faster,
and in a sequence that is best way to deal with that emergency. Of course, in real flight, you have the psychological charge, psychological stress, and other things as well, the environment and things like that. But at least you know how to react for that specific emergency.
True. All right. Now, Captain, I'm going to read a statement, and I want you to tell me to what extent you agree or disagree with that statement afterwards. There it goes. Although simulators can accurately replicate aircraft operations, it is less complicated for pilots to cope with emergency situations in simulators than in real flights. Bem na linha do que você estava argumentando.
I not disagree, but I think it's debatable. Debatable is debatable because yes, as I said before, if you have a good training in a simulator and like every year, every 6 months, as normal companies are doing nowadays, you are very well prepared for the emergencies. But when you go to real life, you have a much more stressful environment because you know that's for real. Okay, if you crash your helicopter in a simulator, okay, you lost one life, but it's a life in a simulator. Okay, but you go for the real life is different. So is that one the only one you have? So I not agree 100% with this statement.
Okay. All right, that's it for today. Tem uma seção que eu estou adicionando no arquivo de expressões, vou depois mandar ele atualizado, que é sobre repetir o que você já disse, né? Que muitas vezes na prova vai surgir essa necessidade, né? Uma ocasião em que você tem que, de alguma maneira, apontar novamente para o que já foi dito em outra resposta, em outro momento. E aí tem expressões que você pode usar aqui que às vezes fazem falta, tipo, yeah, as I said before, yeah, I think that the psychological factor is relevant in flight simulators in real life. It makes a difference. However, simulators always help because you remain sharp on your reflexes, on the identification and doing things the right way. I already mentioned that before, but I might sound repetitive, but this is how I see it. Então essas expressões para apontar uma resposta que meio que você já mencionou, falou um pouco sobre aquilo, são expressões que eu estou adicionando no arquivo lá, que tem vários tipos, né? Expressão para contrastar, expressão para continuar, para fazer causa ou consequência, para fechar ideias, tal. Aí eu vou acrescentar e vou reenviar no grupo esse arquivo.
Excelente.
Então é isso. Valeu.
Se puder, só o negócio do áudio, eu agradeço, querido.
Tá, vou tentar arrumar aquilo hoje à noite. Aí eu te aviso no grupo assim que tiver consertado ou que eu achar que tiver consertado para vocês testarem, aí você testa lá. Falou?
E nos vemos amanhã, então, 5h30.
Bora, isso aí.
Obrigado.
Abraço. Falou, nada, que isso. Bom descanso. Até.
Eu também.
Valeu.